Hello developers. Now let's continue our development. In previous video we have simply created our home screen. Now in this video we will create an application class. As we already know that in Android, if we want to perform any operation just like accessing resources, saving data to share preference, using local database, content provider, access storage, for performing any operation we need to refer a context. What a context is, there are basically we categorize context into two sections. One is context, get application context, and get base context. You can use context of application whenever you need to perform any UI operation, then it must be an activity or fragment context, otherwise you get error. Suppose you want to show a toast, progress dialog, progress bar, alert dialog, you will always refer context of activity or fragment. Okay, just simply now we create an application class object. Simply say Kotlin flying class and it will be my application initialize. It will be a class. This class will run only once, or you can say it is an singleton class, and it will always remain in memory. Okay, now in Java what we do is whenever we need to create a application class, we just simply create a class and extend with keyword application. In Kotlin we didn't have any keyword of extend. It will follow the same syntax of which is simply focus when did we use an activity context or fragment context or an application context. Application contexts are used whenever you don't want to perform any operation on UI. Okay, suppose you want to save the data to a share preference, you can use an context of application. If you want to save data to local database, C++ or C sharp, you say simply add a colon and say it a application. Okay, now it's showing an error, just simply press alt enter, created. Now what we need to do is we create use its method on create or added it. Now what we need is, as you know that this is an application contain a context. We will refer this context whenever we need to save data to a local database or any non-UI operations. Okay, so how can we access this class? As in Java we use a static keyword because we can simply access its member with the help of class name, but in Kotlin there is no such keyword static. So how we can do this? There, to access any members statically you need a companion object. Okay, we create a companion object. What companion object will do? It will give me the instance of current class. So it will be a instance of current class. So how can we give it a memory? I will say there are three types of way to declare a variable. One is val. It will be declaration of final, that we say constant. Where means declaring a variable, means that value may be changed. And there is other type, that is late initialize. We will say late init and where. What late init does is, suppose you create a variable, we simply say val application initializer. Just simply say application initializer, and whenever you use a val keyword you need to give it a memory. So we didn't try do something like this. It don't make any sense because it give memory when on create will be called. Whenever on create will be called, we can access its properties. So it didn't make any sense to give it a memory here. So it will not work. Now if I create it as a var, now it says that you will give it a default memory. What we need to do is simply say a question mark and it will now null. Now it didn't look cool because it will be a null. So how to overcome with this situation? Just simply use a keyword late in it. It means we are going to initialize our variable late. Late in it means you need to give memory before accessing this variable. If you didn't give memory, it will your app will definitely crashes. Now what we'll do it, initializer is equals to this. If you use Java, you already aware that this particular variable is always synchronized so that only one thread will access it. So how we can do this here? Kotlin, there is no keyword of synchronize. How you can do this is just simply say you can use a property, and I will be called it at the rate get property. Now we use the keyword of synchronized. What synchronized does is it will make this variable to access only one thread at a time. I will say synchronize, and we use a setter. It will be my private variable. And what this line means is it means that it will be a private variable, and set means it will be perform default initialization. Default initialization means when on create goes and it will get memory by default. Okay. Now the next thing is we need to register this class to our manifest. Go to manifest, and how to register an application? Just simply write name. That's it. Now we have our application class. Whenever we need to access context, we just simply access this particular variable and get context. Okay, that's much for this video. If you like this video, just like, comment and share. Thanks.